So, with that, guys and girls, I hope all of you are having a fantastic day, night, wherever it is that you're tuning in to the Gears Cast. I've got a lot of stuff that I want to share and talk about here in this episode of the Gears Cast. Obviously, coming off of what was a very, let's just put it, interesting week in the world of Gears of War, coming off of the Xbox Bethesda Games Showcase, not getting an announcement of Gear 6, of Gears of War's collection, not getting any of those things. So where does that leave us now as a community? Where does it leave us just as a franchise, right? And where does that leave, me personally in terms of creating content and things of that nature around Gears of War? Because for those of you who have been watching my YouTube channel and such, I have dedicated my YouTube channel moving forward to Gears of War and brought back Major Militia, my content and esports organization, bringing back that team with a focal point and a mindset of trying to create content around Gears of War primarily, and we'll be getting into other games and things of that nature as well. But where does that leave us, guys? A lot of things that happened, obviously, at none other than the Xbox and Bethesda Games Showcase. So I want to go ahead and talk about this first and foremost. A couple of things. So at the Xbox and Bethesda Game Showcase, they showcased a number of different games, obviously. Lots talking about the next 12 months in the world of Xbox, what to expect. And they've got a lot of things that they're really lining up, which is really exciting for, those fans of those specific games that they announced. Even the new games coming out, there's a lot of buzz and such around games like Starfield. And so there was a real focal point on games of that nature. But where does that leave us as a community? Because obviously we know that Gears of War is in a pretty tough spot, at least at this very juncture in time, because obviously support for Gears 5 has stopped. One thing I will say is, when we talk about like the Gears esports scene, that is something that obviously is going to be shut down here as well. And so it leaves us into, somewhat of the unknown, in an abyss almost of unknowns, essentially surrounding our beloved and favorite franchise. But that being said, I want to go over some stuff that is really, really important to put things somewhat into context. I think it's really, really important that when we start talking about other franchises out there that are, obviously wanting and yearning for continuations and things of that nature, and maybe waiting for announcements, there's a lot of games outside of Gears of War that did not get announcements at the Xbox Bethesda Game Showcase. Let's talk about what didn't get announced outside of Gear 6, outside of the Gears of War collection. So this is a tweet, guys, coming to us from Kickback Relax. He tweeted saying, no Fable, no Banjo-Kazooie, no Elder Scrolls 6, no Gears, no Halo, no Killer Instinct, no Everwild, no Perfect Dark, no Conquer, no State of Decay 3, no Hellblade 2, no Viva Pinata, no Crackdown, Wolfenstein 3, Indiana Jones, Avowed. The list goes on and on. And what I'm getting at here, guys, is we're not the only fan base that is upset that we didn't get an announcement of anything around the Gears of War franchise. When we start taking a step back, and you kind of look back now at what Xbox has accomplished at this point in time and at this current juncture in time, it's very interesting because Xbox has been acquiring more and more companies, and they're building a portfolio to really take over gaming in a pretty major way. I mean, when we start thinking about it, Xbox started Xbox Game Pass. Obviously, I look at Xbox Game Pass as the Netflix of gaming. It is the best subscription service in gaming, and it's not even close at this point in time. And so they're acquiring a lot of companies to really build up Xbox Game Pass and create a lot of exclusive content that we're able to take in. Well, with that comes some growing pains because Xbox Game Showcase is only going to be able to show off so much, and so they want to make sure that they have a spotlight on certain games, and then other games, that they would kind of steal the shine away, they're probably going to wait until future Xbox Game Showcase. For example, this Xbox Game Showcase was really all about Starfield. I mean, the hype was building around it. They wanted to show off Starfield and all that it encompassed and such. And so there was a huge emphasis on Starfield at this Xbox Game Showcase. Games like Fable, Elder Scrolls 6, State of Decay 3, Wolfenstein, Avowed, all those games may have stolen a little shine from Starfield. And so, if you're a Fable fan, you've been waiting for a while for some continuations, for some, updates regarding the upcoming Fable title, because you got that announcement, right? The same thing goes with Elder Scrolls 6, been waiting and waiting and waiting, right? Halo, obviously there was Halo Infinite. Obviously, a lot of people, we're going to talk in here shortly on the show about Halo and some of the issues going on behind the scenes there. But I don't think Halo had to be announced. Anything needed to be announced necessarily, maybe outside of like a BR or something of that nature. Everwild, nothing there. Perfect Dark, obviously the fan base is really excited for the Perfect Dark reboot. Didn't get anything there. State of Decay 3 is a huge one for me because obviously we got the first initial announcement, and I really felt from that initial announcement of State of Decay 3 that it was Xbox's take on The Last of Us. They wanted to compete against The Last of Us with this upcoming State of Decay title, and we've been waiting for a while to hear more information about that. So just to put, what I'm doing here, guys, is I want to kind of put some context around. Obviously, we didn't get an announcement around Gears of War, that being Gear 6 or the Gears of War collection, but I think it's very important to put into context that all of these titles, and the list can continue, these games that have already had announcements, they've been waiting years and years to hear more information about it. Elder Scrolls 6, obviously, I think that we're going to be hearing more about Elder Scrolls 6 probably after Starfield comes out. They want to focus on Starfield, that being Bethesda, and then they'll start talking about Elder Scrolls 6. So, guys, even though we didn't get any Gears, and it's an unfortunate ordeal because I really wanted some Gears content, believe me, I wanted to get an announcement. They may have thought to themselves, hey, this is going to take some shine away from Starfield, or this is going to take some shine away from other titles. And look at this list. There's so many games that that missed the cut as to getting involved or put into the Xbox Game Showcase. So I just wanted to put this out there because I think it's important that when we start talking, and I wanted to kind of lay the foundation of this Gears cast around the context that there's a lot of other fan bases that are just as upset, if not more upset, than we are for not getting an announcement around Gears 6 or the Gears of War collection. Some of these titles and these fan bases have been waiting a very long time for continuations, that being like Fable, that being like Elder Scrolls 6, obviously like State of Decay, Perfect Dark, even Hellblade, Wolfenstein. These are titles that the fan bases have been yearning for more content, and they have not gotten it up to this point in time. But I want to hear your guys' thoughts about this. What do you guys think about Gears of War not getting announced, Gears 6 or the Gears of War collection? But what do you think about these other fan bases, and what do you think they're thinking at this point, because they didn't get anything announced or anything necessarily, any further information about their current games as well? Let me know what you guys think in the comment section down below, and let's have a real conversation about it.